Welcome, Soul Family. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I love you guys so much. Guys, trade update from yesterday. I have to record this video and then go handle some business in town. So, oof, that just happened. But anyway, so this was yesterday's trades that I took and posted about, guys. So, this gold sell is basically break even. Well, it's a bit of an L. I closed it because I was like, hey, I don't even want to be in this gold trade at this point, and I might as well get out. But right now, obviously, this morning gold would have moved into profit, but there's no point thinking about it like that, honestly, because there's a reason I left that trade. It was for the peace of mind because I didn't want to be in that trade in the first place, right? It's about confidence, right? But anyway, USD JPY, if you guys remember those sells, that was a fun trade because it went right to the point. It went right to this point, guys. Went right to the point where all the way to the top, so close to our stop loss, right? And it just tanked. You see this huge candle here because we're talking about how the finance minister of Japan wants to keep the prices below 161.85, right? And so we put our stop loss at 161.95. And so it went up. It went all the way to 169.9 to or whatever, all the way up here, and then it tanked. Thank God. So yeah, yesterday was a dub, guys. It was a dub day. We did well. So this candle right here, as you can see, all this just pushed it all the way down in this 1 hour candle. It was pretty cool. So that was the USD JPY sell. Since it was at all-time highs, I didn't want to buy it. Even though USD JPY, even though USD strength is currently in the market, I actually need a hedge because I'm already, even yesterday, I needed a hedge against USD, which is why I sold USD JPY, right? I didn't want to be all invested into one trading idea, which is USD strength. I needed a hedge against that as well, which is why I was selling USD as well. There was some conflicting information from the AIs, which is why you have to use your own skill and level of discernment and logic, right? So now that was the USD JPY trade, right? That did pretty well. The gold trade and the USD JPY trade. Oh, and yesterday I entered these trades right here. The Euro USD trade, I'm still in it, and I added a position to it because even this morning the trade is still valid. And these trades up here are basically risk free because my stop loss is in profit. So I'm risk free on these trades at this point. Could even secure more profit than I am now, like because it just makes logical sense to. I went to sleep and I decided to leave these trades open because I was like, well, there's not much to lose here and it's pretty far away from my entry position, and like I'm basically risk free, so I might as well stay in the trade. And so we're still in the trade. Oh, this is the new trade I took. That's the stop loss for the new trade I took. So anyway, we can move it further along, guys, instead of just break even. Because last night it made sense to put the stop loss there, right behind these wicks here, as you can see, which still might make sense, but at this point we could secure more of the bag. And like, obviously you could give your trade some breathing room as well, but but this is also a pretty logical stop loss to have, right? And just take some money off the table, right? So around about here would be alright for some of these trades, you know. So because at that point it's reversing, right? If it breaks 1, 2, 3 hourly candles in the opposite direction, it's an indicator that hey, the momentum is shifting a bit, or like, usually there's a high probability it continues to. go that way, although it's not guaranteed. Obviously, the market is the market, guys. So that's the Euro USD trade. So I entered another trade today as well because the dollar is strengthening in terms of its economy, in terms of its currency, in terms of its central bank rates compared to these other currencies and economies. Because apparently, so I entered the new trade I entered today is GBP USD sells, guys, and I'll tell you the reason why. Then these USD CAD buys also I entered yesterday, right? And I added a few more positions right here because I realized it makes sense to. I wanted to add more yesterday, but I was like, well, it didn't make sense to, right? I was already risking what I planned to. But here I realized I'm not risking that much, so I could add a few positions. And because, again, this morning I got further confirmation to take this trade again. And I was like, hey, I'm already in this trade. And it kind of made sense to enter that point because the momentum was moving and whatnot. So that was the USD CAD trade, right? So the GBP USD sell, right? On the GBP side, Keir Starmer resignation, right? The Prime Minister has resigned and set in motion political uncertainty in London, creating a dual GBP negative hawkish Fed rate advantage and domestic political vacuum. So that's the reason why I'm selling GBP USD over here, guys. It's because the Prime Minister of Britain is resigning. So there's political instability as well as British shares traded higher on Monday as the Prime Minister resigned and it set in motion political uncertainty. Okay, hawkish Fed rate advantage as well. So those are the reasons why we're in this trade right now. That's why we're shorting GBP USD right now. As you can see, I'm pretty heavily biased. All my trades here are buying USD, right? It's a USD strength based trade. I'm risking around $5 to $10 per trade on average, right? So I do need to hedge my USD bets, which is why I want to either buy gold. I was looking at selling gold, but gold is something in the long term, guys. Gold's long term trend is obviously a buy, right? Compared to any currency. So, but that's very long term, right? That's years and years and years. Right now it's selling. I was going to enter sell right there. But then I was like, oh, that's not actually the level I want to sell at. And I'm already so heavily invested in USD. I don't want to bet against gold, sell gold, and I do not want to invest more in USD. So I'm gonna wait for gold. It's still early in the morning, guys. I'm gonna wait. It's just the London session right now. Who knows where it's gonna move throughout the day? Maybe we buy gold as a hedge against USD, right? Or maybe we sell USD JPY again as a hedge against USD. Although, yeah, so I'll have to figure out what my hedge is. I might have to just sell USD JPY again because I don't know if Japan is still interested in keeping the levels below the inflation. They're trying to keep levels below 161.85, as I said, because of inflation and the economy and whatnot. It's their job to do that. So that's an update on the $5 trading challenge, the micro account trading challenge, guys. So I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so, so much. Adios, mi familia de sol.